My name is Cletus, and this is a special edition of Grappling Gossip. Over the past 6 months, we have been experiencing interruptions via Vegatron throughout our live stream, and our team of investigators have been behind the scenes trying to figure out just who this person is. And here's what they've come up with so far. The person that's been interrupting via Vegatron is set to make an appearance here tonight. And he has picked himself a tag team partner and has issued out a challenge to our dating coach's eye candy. And oh yeah, he calls himself the prettiest man in digital wrestling. Now that's a pretty bold claim, don't you think? Even prettier than our dating coaches, our handsome hunks of humanity, eye candy, that has yet to be seen. Anyhow, if we come under any new developments before then, we will let you know. My name is Cletus, signing on from this special edition of Grappling Gossip. And as always, enjoy the rest of the live stream.
It's Slumbass Wednesday and the gloves are off. Bodies hitting canvas, egos getting dropped. You came for a fight, you're in the fire. Still chance, broken dreams, and blood in the wire. The crowd's on edge, the lights go black. And boom, the bait hits, and there's no turning back. Slumbass Wednesday. Slumbass Wednesday. Quick tricks and roll, bring the pain, bring the flame. Slumbass.
All right, everybody, welcome in. We're in Madison, Wisconsin, and
This
to
is a
kick it
Geek
off, we
Full
have
Search
some
production.
good old Zezah action.
From Portland, Oregon,
Barrett Taylor in the house getting ready to go up against Mantia Ray. And the last time we saw this young lady, she had a failed open contract briefcase cash-in. As you see right there, Akira Okoye with a successful title defense in the midst of all the chaos with Barrett Taylor trying to take advantage of that heated matchup. Can Barrett get back to her winning ways here tonight? Those ways that earned her that opportunity and the one-time ownership of that briefcase. Madison, Wisconsin, this is how we do in our first matchup of the evening. And once again, thank you for tuning in and rocking with us as always. As you see, Mantia 9-17 and Barrett Taylor coming in at 8 wins and 7 losses. As we kick things off, literally after that strike from Mantia Ray, who goes for a pinfall attempt, only a 1 count here in good old Madison, Wisconsin, not far from Green Bay, up in this piece, right? As the arm bar stretch being applied and followed up with the double knees by Mantia, who goes for another cover. Still only a 1 count. The dark horse favorite, Barrett Taylor, not wavering early on in this matchup. Another 1 count. Will the persistence of Mantia Ray prevail in this one? Or will Barrett Taylor be the one to come up on top in our kickoff matchup of the evening? Mad apologies to all on my who are kick followers, as we had 0 live streams last week. In fact, I'm just getting over a bout with the flu. And I'm in better spirits, more energy, so everything that didn't go down last week will go down this week, as Barrett with her first pinfall attempt on Mantia, only a 1 count, as the Dark Horse favorite puts her hooves into Mantia Ray, a menace from the deep, 1/2 of Aquatic Menace. As Barrett Taylor about to take up her inner Pegasus and show her wings, and she misses everything. But Mantia with another connection with a running knee strike, and Barrett Taylor there to stifle that brief bit of offense from Mantia. Whip into the rope. What's this going to yield? A float over DDT by Barrett. Closer than her first attempt, but still, hold on a second. Barrett going after Kim Lassiter. What in the hell is going on with these competitors in regards to Kim Lassiter? This is like the 3rd attack on her in a matter of weeks. And I can say that one was unwarranted, to say the least. Barrett Taylor going underneath the apron, coming back in with a stop sign, and hurls it at Mantia Ray. It looks like a float over, should I say a wheelbarrow arm drag takeover. And now Barrett egging Mantia to get up, and she responds by dodging an attack attempt by Barrett Taylor. And now Mantia with another chance at a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. Mantia with a stare at Kim Lassiter as she goes with a swinging sidewalk slam that only resulted in a 1 count. And now back to the offense by Mantia. I'm telling you, another float over sidewalk slam by Mantia as she goes to end it. And just like that party people would say, rap Mantia Ray over Barrett Taylor in our first matchup.
Here is your winner, Mantia Ray.
Yeah, that's one of them flaws that I like to always address. How at a certain point in time, the referees always seem to start getting attacked out of nowhere. Anyway, our next matchup on the horizon, the return of Alley Cat and Chief Dio show next.
Are you ready to step into the ring and make your mark in digital wrestling? Don't miss this opportunity to be part of something big, something groundbreaking. Join us on this thrilling journey where every match is a step closer to your dreams. Are you ready to accept the challenge? Then step up, sign up, and show the world what you're made of. Sign up now at KCSA.com/roster spots. The spotlight awaits. Once again, that's KCSA.com/roster spots.
Matchup number 2, Alley Cat coming in at 26-27, and Chief Wyandotte 15 wins and 21 losses. Both of these gentlemen have been a one-time or another the Mad Hood champion, the cream of the crop in our males division, as the Chief comes out with a pinfall attempt, only a 1 count, and Chief Wyandotte still issuing out punishment on Alley Cat as he goes for another try, only a 2 count. As the Chief with a miss, and what I thought would give Alley Cat an opportunity at some offense, it didn't, as the Chief is staying on him and not giving him any room to breathe. The last time we saw Chief Wyandotte in action was during our 12 days of Christmas wrestling extravaganza. We do that on a yearly basis where we have a series of matchups counting down to Christmas that yields a lot of opportunity in the form of #1 contendership tags and potential title shots throughout that series. As Alley Cat has turned the tide on the Chief and showing you why he has been the 2-time Mad Hood champion. As he hits the Chief with 2 knees to the kidney, and the crowd is responding to the antics of Alley Cat, who hits the Chief with a spear off the rebound of the ropes. And now the Alley Cat is getting ready to fly, and the double stomp to the chest of the Chief, who hops right back up and grabs him an armful of Alley Cat and hits him with a rope lariat. And the Chief is back in control in this one. 5 monumental matchups on the card for us tonight, as this one is number 2 of tonight's selections. And the Chief is amping up the frequency and going for a pinfall attempt. Almost got Alley Cat up out of this one, but the match wages on in the form of a war of attrition. The Chief, the man of a million locks and holds, hovering over Alley Cat, waiting on him to arise so he can give him some more offense. Enziguri to the back of the head, followed by a baseball slide powerbomb. Alley Cat rocking and reeling. Hold on a second, out of nowhere, a quick roll up by Alley Cat. Didn't yield a count at all, and the Chief is right back at it. Another spear by Alley Cat. Can he get the Chief up out of here? Only a 2 count, and the crowd amps it up one more again in response to Alley Cat and the onslaught of offense that he is abruptly issuing out on the Chief. But as I run my choppers, the Chief comes back once again, flipping the gate open for his offense to enter, as Alley Cat rolls out of the ring, and these 2 gentlemen are now outside battling it out as Chief goes for another pinfall attempt. Still a match we have ourselves here. Can't put Alley Cat away. With power moves like that, vertical suplex It's looking to be a matter of time before the Furious Furry is put out to pasture. And just like that, it's a wrap. Chief Wyandotte over Alley Cat in matchup number 2. Yeah, the Chief makes his presence known here in matchup number 2 with a victory over Alley Cat. And check this out. If you are ready to see some more high diva action, then stick around because we have our Sirens Champion in a non-title matchup as she takes on the current number 1 ranked competitor in her division.
This is Zoned Out Ziggy from the Eye Candy Academy. And when life dropkicks your dreams, remember this. Matchup number 3 out of our Sirens Women's Division. Zezah taking on the current champion, Maishawn Harris. Maishawn winning her very first title back at Chaos Confined at the end of the last month. And speaking of Chaos Confined, mad thanks to everyone who tuned in to that particular live stream, helping us out with the algorithm. And by the looks of the views that we have on there, at least half of the subs checked us out. Way to go. Have our frequency amplifying in a positive manner as the ladies have spilt their confrontation to the outside of the ring. As I stated before, Maishawn, a staple on our roster for about 4 years, just receiving her very first title. Congratulations to her. And I'm pretty sure she will make for a worthy champion to represent the brand. As the number 1 ranked competitor for her championship, has her in a bear hug right about now. Maishawn using the ear clap and elbows to get herself out of that situation. And now she's setting Zezah up for an airplane spin, making me dizzy, and a drop to the floor. Our brand specializes in divas duking it out, girlies getting gutter, however you want to phrase it. These chicks take it to another level every time they are on full display here on Frequency Pro Wrestling. And if I have not reminded you, I guess I shall now. In 2 weeks, we will have our month ender for February fixation going down at 8 p.m. live and direct from Lafayette, Louisiana. As we will not be doing any live streams next week over here on YouTube, but if you want to catch next week's live stream, then tune in to our Kick channel, as that is a new thing that we're doing around here. We're going the first 2 weeks of every month, skipping the third week, and that's will be a Kick exclusive. Speaking of kicks, that kick levels Maishawn as Zezah goes for a pinfall attempt, only a 2 count. As I was stating, our third week of every month will be on our Kick channel, and then we'll come back to YouTube with the final live stream of every month, which will be a Vega card, as another pinfall attempt only ends up in a 2 count. Maishawn getting all that she can handle from Zezah at this point of the matchup. As Zezah with a weapon, kendo stick. And every time Maishawn tries to respond, Zezah comes right back with some offense. Hold on a second. Swinging sidewalk slam by Maishawn. And now, methodically and slowing this one down to a crawl, does the powerhouse Maishawn Harris, STO, and drops Zezah to the floor. Maybe she caught a bit of that sledgehammer as a result, but as I stated earlier, every time she gets it cooking, Zezah steps up and turns the fire off and swings the momentum back into her favor. As you see, Zezah one more again with a big punch, and now it's back to the kendo stick, but for only one shot as it's broken. And now Zezah showing you the strength in 3D for you here in matchup number 3. Zezah has been a co-champion in regards to tag team action and tag team titles, but has never held a solo title to her credit. As the ladies go out of view, and I don't know what the heck I'm doing, or I was doing, in regards to the camera play at this part of this matchup. Mad apologies. As I stated, I usually just set the matchup up, walk out of the room, and let it record. And I don't have any stake on the outcome of the matchup. There I go. Finally got my senses together as Zezah with the usage of the apron on Maishawn. And just like that, it's a wrap. The challenger over
This is a DJ
the
Soul
champion
Search
in this
production.
non-title matchup. Zezah with an immaculate victory over the Sirens champ Maishawn. And seeing how Zezah is currently ranked number 1, Maishawn is going to have a lot of information to scout from this skirmish between her and Zezah. All right, party people, matchup number 4 coming up on the horizon. What is it? Stick around to find out.
Fixation! What to fix is
This is Maddie Chatterbox encouraging you to hit the like man. They're only free $99. So once again, hit the like button to help our channel grow.
All right, everybody, matchup number 4 about to take place here in Madison, Wisconsin.
Is a fatal four-way match. Making his way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 213 pounds, Mr.
Mr. Generic making his way to the ring. The last time we saw him was last month in a one-on-one bout on Whoop-Ass Wednesday against Rudy Lanza, where he failed. Both competitors were attempting to put their second win in the win column of their record. All the way from Chicago, Illinois, the man who is just a man, Mr. Generic, is not a definitive definition of this guy. Very complex indeed, looking focused and ready.
And his opponents, first from Milan, Italy, weighing in at 215 pounds, Rudy Lanza.
Rudy Lanza in the building, as you see his record at 2 wins and 4 losses. A member of our Rising Frequency brand. In fact, he was the winner and had himself elevated to the main roster. We've tried him out in a couple of tag teams. Hence the reason why his solo match total is so low. Under 10 indeed. The one thing about Lanza,
This is a DJ Soul Search production.
he's one of those type of individuals that you can't count out of the big picture.
And from Montgomery, Alabama, weighing in at 228 pounds,
Quincy Kareem in the house. Gracing Madison, Wisconsin, with his presence. And the last time we saw him, he was duking it out against Rudy Lanza over on our Kick channel, where we have exclusive live streams of 4-Star Friday, going down every Friday of every month. The former Devil's Blood champion enters into the fold. And if you have been frequenting Frequency frequently, you would know that the Devil's Blood division has been morphed into the Aries God of War division. The martial artiste extraordinaire getting ready and getting set for the last opponent to make their way into the ring.
and representing Country Dominance from Shreveport, Louisiana, weighing in at 206 pounds, Rufus Hatfield.
Uncle Rufus from Station 6. Last time we saw him in action was in a tag team bout where him and his nephew, Jeffro, fell to the Techno Jacks. Rufus, a former two-time Devil's Blood champion to his own right. And in regards to Station 6, the only person to not hold any title out of their crew is Big Jeffro. As the uncle of Station 6, looks like he's ready for business here in this monumental matchup. And speaking of this monumental matchup and the stakes that are involved in said matchup, this is a #1 contenders bout for the the Aries God of War Championship division. The winner of this one will go on to Fixation later on in the month and challenge the KC Crusher one-on-one for that very title. As Mr. Generic being worked on by Quincy Kareem and Rudy Lanza is giving it to Uncle Rufus as I speak. And if you have been checking us out the last couple of weeks, you would already know that we have 2 matchups already booked. One being Akira Okoye defending her Elementals Championship against Nurse Red, as she has invoked her rematch clause. And another matchup that is already set in the print. The Atari brothers will be defending their Brotherhood Championships against the Techno Jacks as well. So you can say this will be matchup #3 as soon as we have a winner declared in this one. And I'm pretty sure the KC Crusher has his eyes on this contest. As Mr. Generic puts down Rudy Lanza and goes to interrupt the skirmish between Rufus and Quincy Kareem. Rufus about to execute a move, but Rudy Lanza intervened. And this particular matchup, even though it is even Stevens as far as the person count, these gentlemen are no stranger to interrupting the skirmishes that are happening at least earlier on in this matchup. As Quincy Kareem taking a jog around the arena and Cold Cox Rufus with the chair and gives some to Mr. Generic as well. Making good use of that weapon to put a couple of his opponents down. And he receives a kiss to the apron for all his effort. As Mr. Generic was about to attempt a pump handle slam, but Rufus counters his way out of it. And now Mr. Generic going under the apron and coming out with a chair. As Rufus using a chair to introduce it to the head of Rudy Lanza, who's now staring up at Saturn. And 2 of the competitors are back into the ring. And the action looks to be going back inside of the square circle. And if you are tuning in to this number one contenders bout. At this point, help us out by hitting the like, share, and sub button. After all, it costs you nothing. As Quincy Kareem with the knee strike to the face of Mr. Generic in this one and done Fatal 4 style matchup. And he is hit with an inverted back suplex from Uncle Rufus. Uncle Rufus definitely on fire here. Well, at least he was for a moment or so. And now Mr. Generic steps in only to be hit again by Rufus. Speaking of Rufus and being hit, Rudy Lanza absorbing all those blows. And now a kendo stick that was wielded by Uncle Rufus as Rufus goes for a pinfall attempt on him. Only a 2 count, and Quincy Kareem there to grab a hold of Rufus, who has had the momentum in his favor the entirety of the matchup. Spinning pile driver on Quincy Kareem, and it doesn't even yield a 1 count. I'm telling you, fellas flying, flipping everywhere in this frequency number one contenders bout, fresh out of our Aries God of War division. Rufus falling victim, as well as Quincy Kareem to the kendo stick from Rudy Lanza. And Lanza is having an impressive showing in the last couple of seconds. But as I get to jeffing him up, the fire has been contained. And now back and forth we go again with the action in this one. As Mr. Generic laying for Rufus to give him a cover, and Rudy is there to break it up, to throw out any attempt at ending this one. As Mr. Generic with a pinfall attempt on Rudy lands a 1 count. And we still have us one hell of a bout here in matchup number 4. As Mr. Generic and Rufus now locking up in battle. Back butterfly suplex by Mr. Generic, who is going to everybody. Hot sauce drip from the skull of Quincy Kareem, as Mr. Generic goes to finish this one off. And just like that, party people, it's a wrap. Mr. Generic, the number one contender for the Aries God of War Championship. Mr. Generic with an unbelievable victory here in matchup number 4. Reminiscent of his very first solo win that he got back at the 12 Days of Wrestling. In fact, this guy seems to defy all odds. The more competitors, the greater the odds he will come out on top. Anyway, party people, stick around because we have a reveal coming up shortly in our next contest.
Fixation! 1, 2, 3, fixation!
This is Real Talk Rita, and we are having a sale. Today's likes are free, so do our channel a solid and hit the like man.
Main event time, and we on the pay the rent grind. Let's get it. Madison, Wisconsin, thank you for tuning in and having us here tonight for this best of this event. And do us a favor by hitting the like, share, and sub button. After all, it costs you nothing and it helps our channel grow, don't you know? Reveal on the way.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 431 pounds, the Hollywood Blondes.
The return of Unique Threads. It's been almost a year since we've seen these two together in battle going up against the Misfits on an edition of 4-Star Friday. 2 wins and 5 losses are their record. Vandy Sky and Mitch Blaze in the building here in Madison, Wisconsin. I was unaware of their return here tonight. Anyhow, Eye Candy in the building, Madison, Wisconsin. Ladies, contain yourselves.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 470 pounds, the Chick Madness.
Yeah, the high value humps of humanity, 15 and 15 is their record. And they won themselves a #1 contendership for the Brotherhood Tag Team Championships back at our 12 Days of Christmas Wrestling Extravaganza. Champ and T-Ron, our resident dating coaches. High value heroes indeed. And the ladies are standing in awe as usual. Like clockwork anytime these two gentlemen are in the building. Anyhow, I guess that's it for our reveal on who the heck has been interrupting our shows here the last 4 or 5 months. Instead, we get the return of one of our electrifying, or shall I say most electrifying tag teams. Hey Vic. Here in Unique Thread. Hey Vic. Vic. Yeah, Cletus, man, what do you want, brother? Identity has been confirmed. What's been confirmed? The source wall has given me some information that... What in the hell are you talking about, man? I'm trying to run a show here. This right here. Oh, crap. Thank you, Cletus, for that bit of information. Anyhow, party people, it is confirmed as we sit here and in the moment that Vandy Sky has been the one interrupting our live streams via Vegatron over the last course of 6 months, I think it is. I guess that's the reason why they're in this matchup against Eye Candy then, huh? Vandy picked his own partner, Mitch. And now they are taking a stab at Eye Candy here in our main event. The source wall has confirmed, and it is set in the print, that Vandy Sky is the culprit. Might have to have a talk with this gentleman after this matchup. But he did reveal a whole lot of information that's been circulating through the frequency verse over the last course of a year or so. we finally found out who it was who jumped on T-Ron backstage at the Yellow Brick Brawl back in 2024. And we've also confirmed that all it takes is a couple of cute ladies in the presence of Champ for him to lose all sight of reality and to pretty much stick his partner out in the cold. Thank you, Cletus and the Source Wall, for all of that information that has just recently come to pass. As Vandy Scott and his interruptions have caused a rift between the Dayton coaches, and maybe this matchup, if they get themselves a victory, will pull the two back together again as a well-oiled unit. Speaking of well-oiled units, they are functioning in tandem here tonight in our main event. And if you are just tuning in to check out the main event, thank you for rocking with us. And two, do the free stuff by hitting the like, share, and subscribe button. After all, it costs you nothing. As T-Rod with an inverted face buster on Vandy Sky, and Mitch to the rescue to break up the attempted pinfall. Now Vandy letting loose with a couple of fists and a Northern Lights suplex on T-Ron, the former Mad Hood champion. As Unique Threads get to show you why they have become one of our most coveted tag teams, and they are working as a well-oiled unit as well. But as soon as I speak, T-Ron with a back capture suplex on Mitch and almost got him up out of here at 2 count. As this matchup, grueling pace goes forward. As T-Ron with another attempt on Mitch that resorts in a 2 count. And Mitch breaking up out of the clutches of T-Ron. Hip attack to the grill of T-Ron by Mitch as he goes for a pinfall attempt, 2 count. 2 near falls back to back from each team. As this pace has accelerated to say the least. And as I always ask you to do, engage with us in the poll question. Who do you think is going to win this contest? Will Eye Candy stick together and get a victory, or will the returning team known as Unique Threads get the job done here on our way out the door? As the frequency fellow fist to the chest of Champ. And T-Ron almost tried to get one in, but he caught a bad one in the form of an elbow from Mitch Blaze. Vandy Sky back in after his tag. And he goes for a pinfall attempt on T-Ron. Almost had him up out of the joint. Would have been one hell of a victory upon their return here tonight as a monkey flip into a pinfall attempt. Hold on a second. Unique Threads with a victory over Eye Candy upon their return.
The Hollywood Blondes.
Unique Threads came out in a barnstorming type of way, defeating the high-value hunks of humanity here in our main event. If Eye Candy was looking to bend their relationship with one another. They didn't do it here tonight. Instead, Unique Threads comes out on top against Eye Candy. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you, Madison, Wisconsin, for having us in your midst here on this episode of Whoop Ass Wednesday. And before we get up out of here and say our goodbyes, we're gonna hit y'all with a closing promo so you'll know just what to expect next week on our Kickcast edition of Whoop Ass Wednesday, where it'll be live and direct from San Jose, California. That's right, we're going out of our comfort zone for this one to give you one hell of an extravaganza 1 week before we go into our month ender for February fixation. Vic Vega signing off from Whoop Ass Wednesday once again, and we will see you during the outro. Peace.
Fixation! 1, 2, 3,
tuning in to tonight's episode of Whoop Ass Wednesday. And as always, we are the home where every view is viral, because we are not entitled to your viewership when you give it to us. It is deeply appreciated. And before you go about your way into the night, remember that every day above ground is a good day, because you are here on the planet, able to fight through all of your adversities and create yourself a brand new reality in this messed up world that we are currently living in. But I'd be willing to gamble that if everybody was to get on one accord and raise your frequency for 24 to 48 hours, all of this pain and misery and strife would simply cease to exist. So, if you want to see that monumental matchup between the Brown Phantom and KC Reed go down next week, then check us out on our Kick channel at 8 p.m. sharp next Wednesday. If not, we will see you at Fixation in 2 weeks, party people. Until then, mad love to all, positive vibes as well, and I will see you on our very next live stream. Peace! Thank you once again, Madison, Wisconsin. Have a good night, y'all.